Hey UConn Nation, it's KK Arnold here. If you're looking for the latest UConn women's basketball content, go subscribe to Listen Up to Phil and Ryan. Go Huskies!
Thank you, KK. It's Phil and Rye on Listen Up. And Rye, boy, do we have a lot to catch up to in this afternoon, Wednesday afternoon podcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Like, comment, and subscribe. Ryan, there's a lot of news to catch up on, but today we're going to focus on one big topic. It is very important. UConn, according to CT Insider, UConn is off to a competitive start in summer workouts thanks to improved FUD and strong. Now, we had one episode on summer workouts, but this one's even more important because now we're seeing them in game action. The media is getting in there to cover them, right? It looks like. And Ryan, Caitlin Chen got picked up by her old team that cut her. And Geno Auriemma had front row seats as ex-UConn teammates Beckers and Chen met recently, right, Ryan? So, with all that said, I had to say this though. Basketball podcast, not a lot of times do I not focus on basketball. How about them Florida Panthers?
Yeah, it was pretty good night last night. I'm glad my Florida Panthers won it again. It was definitely a good show they put on. So, and if any of you watch hockey, it was definitely a really good series, and yeah, really excited to watch that one last night. But yeah, we got some pretty good news this week, these past couple of days, I guess, for the UConn Huskies and Geno going to last night's Wings game, getting front row seats, and then Caitlin Chen a couple days ago getting picked up by the team that drafted her. So I guess Golden State realized the mistake they made by releasing Caitlin Chen. So I'm glad she's back there, and hopefully she gets to stay there for the rest of the season. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we get to see Chen play the whole year with Golden State, and hopefully she gets the opportunity she deserves. But for the main topic of this video, it's going to be summer workouts again, as that seems to be the hot topic for this last half month or the whole month of June so far. They started at the beginning of June when they went back to class, but Gino shared some injury updates and some updates on AZ and Sarah. So I'll start with the injury updates. Gino said that Ayanna Patterson is a full go. So that's really good news, obviously, for Patterson and the Huskies. Of course, she had shoulder surgery last season, so that's really good news to hear that she's back out there fully healthy. I know we're all hoping she can have a healthy, productive redshirt sophomore season. And Morgan Shelley, the second player, had ankle surgery at the end of February, and she is not back on the floor yet. So hopefully Shelley can be ready for the opening game. I feel like she was really building some momentum last year, and then obviously that foot injury happened. I think Shelley can be one of those dark horse underrated players that really could surprise a lot of people this season if she can come back healthy. And finally, there's Caroline Ducharme, who is in her redshirt senior year, so fifth season, final year with the team. Gino said Caroline, quote, looks really, really, really good. So I hope for Caroline she can finally have a healthy season, just like her freshman and sophomore years. It seems like ever since 2023, she just hasn't been able to get fully healthy. I think Caroline can be very impactful for the Huskies during her last year with the team. And the other update Gino gave I mentioned was on AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong. Gino said Fudd has looked more aggressive than he's ever seen her before, and that she seems more motivated to be wanting to be more involved, wanting to do more. So that's really good news for AZ during her last year as well with the team. And for Sarah Strong, Gino said she looks better than she looked in the national championship game. So that's really good news. If we get a highly motivated AZ Flood and an even better version of Sarah Strong this season, I'm not sure who's going to beat the Huskies, but it certainly won't be easy for anybody that they're going to face this season.
Yeah, and I thought about that. It's crazy you bring it up because I thought to myself with the talk around, it's all about AZ Fudd. The last video we talked about, it all comes back on her, how well she performs. Look, I mean, when you have a player on your roster like Sarah Strong next to none, I mean, Rye, what's your take on this? Because when Strong, it seems like Strong, as you just told me, it looks like she's leveling up even more. I mean, AZ Fudd, she doesn't have to do it all, but I expect a lot out of her at the same time. And this quote, you can just see the way they walk around, they've got this look about them. Like, I won a national championship, Auriemma said Monday. So, Ryan, does that really, I'm a strong believer. After you win a championship, does it? I mean, your Panthers proved it back to back. What does this do now all of a sudden? Does that really boost your confidence up?
Yeah, I certainly see. I don't see why not. It certainly would. Yeah, I think it motivates them. If anything, I think it motivates them to get back out there and prove that they really deserve to be the national champions, and prove to all these teams that they're going to face for this upcoming season to why that they won it last year and try to repeat the same thing that they did. And for Sarah Strong to try to prove that her freshman season was no fluke and that she's really about it and she really deserved to be that number one recruit and deserved all the accolades that she got last year. So it was certainly good news to hear that she's leveling up, getting even better. I think it was definitely going to be a really hard challenge. Of course, we need the season to start and see if she can actually do it in the games, but it's certainly going to be a hard season to follow up for Sarah Strong. But if she can somehow put in a better performance than what she did last year, it would be phenomenal to watch that.
All right, Ryan, let's go over the comments from the last video, and they came through very well. This was about UConn facing USF, right? And as UConn returns to that magical location where it all happened. Let's start off with Yolanda McKay, Ryan. This will make you smile because it's all about Florida today, obviously. This one is very well. I live in Florida. The Bulls advertised playing UConn on December 3rd, time to be announced. Well, I know Ryan wants to know if you see a lot of red down there today.
Yeah, you probably will for at least the next couple of weeks, I would imagine. Yeah, I love Florida. I obviously visited there a lot when I was younger. So yeah, it's a pretty special place and obviously a really special place for all the Huskies that were on the team last year in Tampa to go there during the Final Four, win both of those games and experience that. Like we mentioned, they'll never forget that in the city it happened in Tampa Bay.